Maniacal, Andrew W, Hitaka, and Asder. And off stream, we only have Aussie 101. And there we go. Looks like we're on our.
All right. Now, under normal circumstances, when they don't have spoiler, it's very common to see the runners go straight into Link to the Past here from Super Metroid. But there is the check at the bottom of Blue Brinstar that they can check. And normally it's only one item, but it could be something valuable. We don't know yet.
Actually, the item at the Blue Brain Energy Tank is in logic on hard, I believe, because there is a very precise wall jump you can do to get it, and it looks like Maniacal's going to take that check.
Yeah, and it looks like Andrew, Asder, and Hitaka all going to Sanctuary, picking up 20 rupees. And it looks like Asder might be heading to do a tree pull here, or possibly heading to early Kakariko.
Don't have anyone going for Houlihan this early. I wonder if that means rupees are not going to be a problem. So, Purple Pedestal is 3 bombs for Maniacal.
Oh, and it looks like Hitaka might actually be setting up that Houlihan play here while Andrew and Asder are going to the bottom of what.
A Houlihan is what happens when the game doesn't know where to send you, so it sends you to what's called named for the winner of a Nintendo Power contest.
Ooh, and up in the top there is various suit for Maniacal at Blue Brinstar. That item you were saying was in logic, used a nice damage boost to get.
And then there was Power Glove and Pegasus boots in the well.
Now they're headed to Blind's Hut, and we also get to see Link's House has 20 rupees here. And at the bottom of Blind's Hut, I'm curious to see what they know is here. Looks like we got their first pack of power bombs. Ooh, morph ball bombs. And it looks like that's all they want there for Asder, while Andrew is getting an energy tank and 300 rupees.
I'm surprised Asder didn't take those, because early on, those would be good safety items.
Absolutely. It's odd that he didn't take the 300 rupees. I guess he's not feeling he's going to need potion money, and more likely means that Zora is not going to be in play, nor is the bottle.
Yeah, I see Andrew W skipping by the bottle vendor. Asder's heading off to the race game, as is Hitaka. And Maniacal's going to be up into Link to the Past.
We're going to see what's in library here. And Andrew's going to show us that it's more power bombs. I'm wondering if maybe he doesn't feel comfortable about his bomb play, but we do have Lamp at the race game.
The ideal count for power bombs is 15. That way, if you don't come across Ice Beam, then you won't be required to backtrack to refill your power bombs to do the Metroids in Torian, or have to rely on drop.
That's very true, and now we see Andrew going to get his lamp from the race game, and Hitaka's
Asder's heading for the escape. Hitaka's buying bombs, it looks like. Yeah.
Yep, looks like he's going to buy the bombs. Let's see what's in the back of Escape here. We have the small key, the bottle for the sick kid, and the grapple beam. Interesting.
The grapple beam is one of the tools to put Shack Tool in logic. And I see Asder's good. Looks like Asder's heading for. Okay, I thought he was heading for Dark Cross. I guess not.
That was kind of my thought too. Is there an important item in Dark Cross? But apparently there is not.
Hitaka got a reserve tank out of the chicken hut.
And we have Asder here heading into, looks like, front of Escape? Yep, front of Escape. He's skipping Uncle, going straight to front of Escape. While we have Andrew here checking Bonk. Getting his hook shot. That is huge.
Very nice.
Between that and the Pegasus boots, he's going to have a really easy time moving around the Link to the Past. As we see Hitaka get his bombs from the back of the well.
Maniacal took those too. Maniacal's also up a couple bombs from getting them from the Morpal pedestal. Whereas, Crab Drop is bombs today. That's not bad.
No, I'm sure he's going to love that. Plenty of bombs for him to use. And Screw Attack at Dark Cross. That explains why he wanted to go there.
Yeah, screw attack is a lot of Super Metroid progression, even without anything else. It'll get you as far as Big Pink and Brinstar if you start from the ship.
Yeah, and between that and when they get Morph Ball, I mean, that opens up a lot of Super Metroid, especially in Hard Logic, where they really have to be able to show off those tricky wall jumps that we were talking about earlier.
Looks like Andrew W. took a death there. I don't know if that was intentional. Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
So, something worth noting here, since Maniacal dipped into Retro Brain to get that Varia suit, he's going to have a lot more he can do once he gets Death Mountain because of the cross-game portal to the Upper Norfair Business Center.
If he can if he's routed the Morph Ball in before going through there, absolutely. He'll be able to clear quite a bit of Norfair. And Hitaka with some power bombs out of the Lost Wood Thieves cave. We see Maniacal here going to get his lamp from Race Game, and we're going to get a look at what's at and in Spectacle Rock, maybe? No, we are not. But there was Morph Ball.
That's a nice pickup.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's inside Spectacle Rock itself. So, I mean, we've seen a lot of good Super Metroid progression here as we see Azure doing a hard reset, taking that Morph Ball and putting it right to good use.
Yeah, if you save in Quaid and Zelda and then hard reset, you spawn back at the ship in Super Metroid.
And there's Silvers at the high jump boots.
There's another power bomb pack in the post high jump, and now we'll see what high jump room is.
5 rupees.
All right, Maniacal is heading for Death Mountain, so we'll see if grabbing that Varia suit early is going to pay off.
And a sword for Azure at Bomb Chorizo here.
Now, the trigger for the Bomb Chorizo fight is actually having the Morph Ball bombs, so Azure will have to do this.
As we see a saving quit from Andrew, I wonder if he's going to hard reset to go get his Varia. It looks like that's exactly what he's going to do.
Looks like Hitaka's in Dark Cross, about to grab his Screw Attack.
And now we're seeing Maniacal up on Death Mountain. He's probably going to get his Morph Ball and then head straight into Norfair.
The mobility is a little limited in the Norfair area without the high jump boots, but Maniacal has the Morph Ball bomb, so he can infinite bomb dump if he.
That's very true. That's one of those tricks that any runner should really know how to do. Is one of the basics is the infinite bomb jump.
I didn't quite catch what was on top of Spectacle Rock. I think it might have been the red boomerang.
I believe so, but I didn't really catch it either, unfortunately.
Meantime, Hitaka's heading first for the Eastern Palace area. He's gonna get his 3 items out of Sahasrala's closet.
And we see Azure heading to go get his Varia suit here.
Meantime,
Maniacal
did not go straight to Norfair. That's interesting.
That's very interesting. I'm wondering what he knows is down there that he's trying to get. It looks like he might be headed towards Mini Moldorm or Ice Rod Cave here.
Yeah, Mini Moldorm is right on the way, so.
Up and there's Wave Beam down there at Alpha Missile.
Always helpful, and looks like Azure's heading back out now.
Oh, yep, and we're going to see what's behind the Morph Ball pedestal here. And it's Blue Cane.
It looks like Andrew is going to going to see if he can get up to Billy Miggs. He's got the items to do.
And Maniacal is
in. Spring Ball was in Mini Moldorm. Kind of blanked there for a sec. So
That's all right. Power bombs in the Ice Rod Cave.
this seed is being very generous with those power bombs.
And I'm sure the runners love that.
Meantime, as you're taking the so-called meme route to backdoor into Big Pink, the flute
there's the
the
flute,
flute
yep.
above Mission Impossible.
Now, we do know that Misery Mire is a pendant dungeon, so they're going to have to do it. At the same time, we see Maniacal doing a hard reset here, so he's probably going to start clearing out Brinstar, getting his flute and whatever else might be hidden there.
It looks to me like Misery Mire is a crystal.
Yes, it is a crystal. I'm sorry, did I say pendant?
You did.
Okay, yes, it is a crystal, so we are very likely going to need that flute to access it, unless they're going to go through Lower Norfair.
Right, you can backdoor to Misery Mire through the cross-game portal at the Gold Torizo energy refill. Meantime, Aster just got his ice rod out of the pre-super missile Etikun area.
And now we see Maniacal getting his sword from Bomb Torizo as Andrew picks up his flute.
Looks like Hitaka's heading up towards Spectacle Rock. Aster is heading all the way up to back from Brinstar to Crateria.
I wonder if there's something in Terminator that he's going to collect, that he's looking to collect here.
That would make the most sense. He might also be thinking he's gonna go check Gauntlet. But with that energy count and that ammo count, I would be very nervous.
Absolutely. I mean, the screw attack does make that quite a bit easier, but even so, with not even one energy tank yet, that's still a very dangerous play to make.
Aster does at least have Varia, and there's 20 rupees at Terminator. So most likely he's going either going for Gauntlet or going for Omega Mist.
We see Hitaka get his morph ball, and he's now heading straight into Super Metroid with a hard reset as well.
Maniacal got the Alcatraz escape strat to get out of the Bomb Torizo area. Oh, what's this? Aster is just going on forward. He might be heading for Red Tap.
Or possibly wrecked ship with that grapple beam.
Very true, very true. Grapple beam does put Wreck Ship in logic. It's how the vanilla game expects you to do. Could be in a bottle at the moat.
He is going to wreck ship. With that ammo count, that makes me a little nervous if he's actually going to be going in there.
Yeah, any percent would have no suit but one more energy tank to deal with Fan. There's the gravity
There's
suit.
a gravity suit. That is huge.
That is gigantic. Yeah, so even with that low energy, Aster has plenty of ammo to take care of Phantom.
True, with the 5 super missiles, he'll probably have to deal with a couple of enrages, but that's still not that bad.
Most runners don't use super missiles standard on Phantoon. They hit him with 19 regular missiles and then finish him with the super so they don't enrage.
Yes, but looks like Aster only has 15 missiles, so it looks like he's going to have to deal with at least one enrage.
The blue flames can drop more, so probably not.
That's true, yes. I always forget that the blue flames can drop those because I usually see them going in with, 50 or 60 missiles, so it's never really an issue.
Right. All right, Maniacal's heading up for Billy Mays. I think Andrew did it earlier, but I didn't see what was there.
So, yep, we see Azure taking on Phantoon here as Maniacal heads into Billy Mays. Let's see what items are in there. Just a hard piece and an E-tank.
Aster's taking on Phantoon, who has 2,500 health. That's a medium speed pattern. Phantoon has fast, medium, and slow. And once he opens his eye, he can close it fast, medium, or slow as well.
We see Andrew looks like he's making the play in direct ship as well.
And Astor gets the super missile to finish Phantom without him raging him.
Nice. Very good job there for Asder.
You probably also saw Astor doing Doppler strats. The idea behind that is that once Phantom has taken enough damage to vanish, it takes him 10 frames to close his eye. So if you move toward him while you fire to compress the time between when your missiles hit, you can stomach his eye open by hitting him more frequently than every 10 frames. All right, so Azur is our first on-screen runner with a boss kill. Looks like that's all that we need out of Rex Shep.
Yep, because yes, he is. You do have to complete all 4 bosses for Super Metroid to unlock Mother Brain, and you have to gather all 7 crystals in Link to the Past in order to unlock Ganon's Tower and eventually Ganon to complete the.
Okay, P3F in chat. Where did you see Maniacal get charge beam from?
Okay, we have Asner here going to check Red Tower, while Andrew looks like he's getting ready for his Phantoon fight.
Okay, it was not charged, the P3F saw. Thank you for confirming, chat. Maniacal about to grab his flute. Itaka just below Maniacal. Looks like we had a high five there.
Mm-hmm.
Meantime, Aster is at Alpha Power Bombs.
And what is that Alpha Peebs?
Sword upgrade. Not bad. And an energy tank.
Not bad at all, yeah. Could have been worse thing. Because we see Maniacal grabbing another potion here, so he's got, I believe, 2 bottles now.
Yeah, Maniacal got the good B, and right there was a bottle of Mountain Dew Code Red.
And we have Asger here heading down Red Tower, down towards Norfair, skipping X-Ray.
X-Ray is not in logic at this point because oh wait, it is. We have grapple. Duh.
Yeah, because as I recall, that's how the game actually expects you to get it, isn't it?
Correct.
Ooh,
Right.
Andrew having to deal with the Enrage here, and he does not have his screw attack, so
Yeah,
he has to deal with it the hard way.
Yeah, that is what happens when you hit Phantoon with the super missile. That does not kill him. Based on how red he is, I'm guessing Andrew misjudged it by 1 missile, which is absolutely heartbreaking.
That is very heartbreaking. Yep, 1 missile took care of it. As you're heading into the Meridia Tube, and he is going to break, and it looks like he might even be going straight for it. Nope, I was wrong.
Right, Asner is not going to go right for Kraid. He could if he wanted to with little trouble, but we'll see where he is going. Maniacal's up out of the Etikun area as Andrew is heading up Rex Ship, and Hitaka is taking the elevator up to Criteria, I believe.
Yes, back through Old Mother Brain, it looks like.
So we'll see. Okay, so if Old Mother Brain's item is worth getting, we'll probably see it here. Bloomerang. Interesting. And the other lift upgrade at the Ice Beam.
I was about to say the exact same thing. He just got his gold glove there.
Alrighty. Okay, so next we'll see if Astor heads to Crumble Tower, see if there's anything worth getting there. Guess not.
Nope, he doesn't need Crumble Tower. Looks like he's headed back, and we may see him going back up now, maybe to fight Kraid. Or no, it looks like he's heading further into North.
It looks like he didn't get he didn't do the high jump area yet. Okay, so that's all. The silver arrows is all he's grabbing. So, all right,
He's headed to Death Mountain.
Heading back into Link to the Past.
We see Maniacal here heading up towards Terminator, and Hitaka is headed towards Red Tower and Wrecked Ship.
Okay, Esther, what are you doing? Oh, he's getting his items out, probably getting his items out of. Oh no, he's doing King's Tomb.
Yes, he is. Okay, what's in King's Tomb that he needs? Speed Booster!
Alrighty.
That gets him almost everything he needs to finish Super Metroid for the most part. Looks like he could use infinite bomb jumps, but I'm guessing he's probably going to want at least high jump boots, if not space jump.
Yeah, high jump boots are low key one of the best items in Super Metroid. You don't realize how much time they save until you try playing without them.
I agree. They are very valuable, and they do save so much time as Asdor gets his hook shot there.
And yes, I will agree with you. Astor almost has Super Metroid Go mode aside from ammo count.
Yeah. Yep. All he needs now is more missiles, or charge and plasma would also be very helpful. As we see Asdor activate the duck.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will please rise for the Hyrule National Anthem. And in the words of the Immortal Shades, the goose is loose.
Sure, take my lines. Ha ha ha.
I'm sorry for preempting you. I'm sure we'll learn better how to not talk over each other as we work together.
I'm sure we will too, as we see Andrew headed straight for Kraid. Is he taking Kraid out just to take Kraid out for the boss kill, or is Kraid hiding something?
Meantime, Hitaka is fighting Phantoon. Manacle's on his way there, and looks like Astor's heading up to Kraid as well. Alrighty, folks. Kraid has 1,000 health, and it's possible to kill him before he stands up all the way. So we'll see. Can Andrew do that, or is he going to buy the big Kraid DLC?
No DLC from Andrew today. He's going to get the quick kill. Let's see if we can go 4 for 4 on the quick kills today.
Looks like the item Kraid was hiding is not worth the bother, so...
Of course, there is another item locked by Kraid that we're going to walk right past here, so we may still see Kraid having some kind of value item. So we see Asdor taking on his Kraid fight here. He's entering the room now. We'll see if he can get the same quick kill. And we see Maniacal here taking on his Phantoon fight.
And Kraid E-Tank is an E-Tank.
Is this even randomized?
Have you been watching this?
Oh, yes. Yes, I have.
Then why would you ask a silly question like that?
Good point.
Ooh, Kraid intercepted one of those missiles. Oh, Astor did not have enough ammo to get the quick kill. So he is taking Kraid to the prom or buying that DLC.
Feels bad, man.
Kraid was a real troll on Astor. He uncurled his hand just in time to intercept multiple shots from Astor.
We see Andrew now heading into his ice beam location.
So the Kraid fight is not hard, but when he trolls you like this, it can be annoying. Astor's got to farm those spinny claws for ammo. There we go.
And Maniacal takes down Phantoon without any real trouble.
Hitaka is at the top of the red tower. Did you see if he went into beta power bombs?
I did not see him go into beta power bombs, no.
Okay, probably nothing doing there then. Might have been our tracker confirming that he skipped beta, so thank you. Sachiel, a tip, a spoiler race is maybe a good spoiler race usually takes about 2 hours, maybe a little longer. If it's a regular race, non-spoiler, it could go as long as 4 or 5. Usually about 3.5.
Now we see Andrew checking King's Tomb as Asdor is now in Meridia. Beautiful, beautiful wall jumps there by Asdor. Just incredible skill.
Followed by a very nice shine spark to get to the top of Mount Everest.
And that is a very, very precise shine spark to do with basically no vision.
And so we have skipped Beach, Watering Hole, Main Street, and Mama Turtle. So it looks like the back of Meridia is going to have all the value. Well, there's our flippers.
Flippers, yep, there's value right there.
And 300 rupees, so press star to rich!
Uh-oh, and we're going into at least maybe one of the sand pits here.
Look, yeah, as they're starting off with the second one. Meantime, Andrew is back into Link to the Past. Looks like he's going for Meyer already. Or maybe he
not.
just flew it to the wrong spot. And there's the Moon Pearl in the Western Sand Pit.
Which explains why Andrew was not headed to Meyer. He doesn't have a Moon Pearl yet.
Maniacal in the Super Metroid Hellway. Hitaka in Kraid's Lair. And Astor is not heading towards Shack Tool, so he probably doesn't have anything this time around. Although I don't think Shack Tool is in Logic right now. I don't think bomb jumps give you access to him. And
I believe it takes too long for you to be able to bomb jump after knocking out Grapple.
Right, we have Grapple, but is the jump to get up through the grapple block in Logic without high jump? Yeah, because with high jump, I know that's not too hard. I've done that, but without high jump.
Yeah, I don't know. I can say spring and more fall bombs. Well, with spring ball, I think it would be in Logic then.
Oh right, the spring ball jump trick. I forgot about that.
We see Astor here in Link to the Past headed towards Village of Outcasts. He's probably got something in the village itself that he needs, or is he going straight to Thieves Town?
Thieves Town is a crystal, so we'll for sure be seeing it at some point.
Okay, skipping right through Village of Outcasts, skipping the digging game.
Skipping the Haunted Grove.
I wonder if we're going to have a very hyped hype cave. As we see Maniacal taking on his Kraid fight now, just after Hitaka finished his.
And there's another quick kill. Is that 2 for
3
4
out
or
of
3 for 4?
I believe it's 3 for 4.
Alright, so Hype Cave, what do we have? There's a heart, always very useful at this stage. Missiles.
The mirror. There's what he was looking for.
Swagnet too, but who cares about that?
I'm sure the sick kid does.
Alrighty, what does Aster have going on here?
He might be headed to Tower of Hera. Or no, because I mean it's a pendant dungeon. Maybe he's headed to do Super Bunny or Spike King.
Okay, as you're confirming for us, that was the red boomerang on Spectacle Rock.
No
Okay.
hammer for Spike Cave, you're right, but he is headed into Tower of Hera.
All right, so this is a pendant. So if we see Astor beat this, then I would say that's proof positive that there's something on the pedestal.
Absolutely, because it's not even green pendant, so it's not what Sahasrara wants. Or possibly that Troll Dorm has an item he needs.
Right, Moldorm could have an item. Well, let me amend my statement then. If he beats Moldorm and it wasn't an item, then I would say that guarantees pedestal.
It's very true. Let's see. Hammer! That's what he wanted out of there. Now Spike Cave is in logic.
And he's noping out without beating Moldorm, so I'm going to say Pet is dead.
I'll agree with you there 100%, Bach. I think Ped is completely dead. Mushroom on the floating island. I'm guessing that we're probably not going to see that fetch quest. Oh, then again, he is opening Turtle Rock, so we might still see that fetch quest now.
Retro Reviver. Yes, this is a spoiler log race. Right. Okay, Alistair going for Hookshot Cave.
We see Andrew in Norfair. He might be headed towards Croc, or back of Croc.
No, that'll get you to Croc just fine, and Alistair gets the space jump out of Hookshot Cave, along with a mail upgrade. And he's not taking the time to go get the mushroom, so that is nothing.
Yep. But he is headed towards Super Bunny.
Meantime, Andrew is fighting Crocomire, who doesn't take damage like a normal boss does. A missile backs him up 1 step, a super missile backs him up 3 steps, and the idea is to back him up into the lava.
At the same time, Super Bunny held the Ice Beam for Astor, so he's now packing his Ice Beam.
Good looking, I missed that.
See Maniacal here going through Super Metroid, or going through Meridia in Super Metroid, excuse me. And we're going to see what's in Meyer Shed here. The bow! That opens up, let's see, with hammer, lamp, and bow, that is pod access right there. So if they need green pendant, they do have that. Electric Saberman, all we know that's behind Croc right now is just some blueberries.
Hey, I'm having some connection trouble. I'm going to go reboot my router. I'll be back in a minute.
I'll be here waiting for you. And Andrew gets Cane of Samaria. That's what he wanted behind Croc. As we see Astor heading into the back of Desert now. Desert is a dungeon, or is a crystal dungeon, so he may just be finishing it because he needs the crystal. We see Hitaka here going towards Batoon, getting ready, probably headed towards his Dragon. We do have the grapple beam, so we could see him use grapple beam strats on Dragon. Stellar Sky with the quote, "That's gotta be Kane!" And it looks like Hitaka has soft-locked himself. He ran out of ammo on the fight with Batoon. And we see Andrew, it looks like he's going to make his way towards Lower Norfair. So close on that jump. And now we see Asder headed for Pod. Going for another crystal here. No, going for a green pendant, possibly.
Alrighty, I think I'm back. Did I miss anything big?
Oh, yeah, whole race is over. No, we
Son
did.
of a biscuit.
We did see what was behind Croc, and that was Kane of Samaria.
And that is mandatory with Misery Mire being a crystal.
And Turtle Rock as well.
Okay, if I'm looking at the tracker right, Swamp Palace and Skull Woods are the 5-6 crystals, correct? I just thought about that.
Yes.
Andrew is into Lower Norfair. Looks like he's not going to go around to check to have the Picky Chozo drain the lava so that he can get to these Skultorizo missiles. But he is going to backdoor to Goltorizo with the Green Gate glitch.
We do see Asder entering Pod. Now, this is also a pendant dungeon, so there's probably an item in here. I would assume that there's at least one item in here that he wants. It could be the green pendant item, or it could be any item in the dungeon.
Hitaka grabs 5 rupees out of Meridian Main Street. We see Crab Supers is just a heart piece. And Maniacal is heading for King's Tomb.
And Asder headed straight to the back of Pod. Gonna do the bomb jump over to the big chest.
So it looks like what he's looking for is in the dark maze.
Charge beam!
Alright. That Asder no longer needs to look for ammo, but he definitely wants to find Plasma Beam or Spacer at the absolute minimum, so he has good beam damage for the remaining bosses.
We see Hitaka getting his flippers, and now heading back through. I'm guessing he's now going to try and take on Batoon for the second.
Alrighty, look like Asder's going to backdoor to Lower Norfair.
And you also missed Hitaka was taking on Batoon and ran out of ammo, so he soft-locked himself and had to do a hard reset.
Press F to pay respects.
We did get quite a few Fs in chat, yep. And chat pointing out something big here. Andrew forgot to get his mirror.
Mirror was in Hype Cave, right?
Yes.
Asder now into the worst room in the game, so named because it lags like a jerk and it's just a pain in the butt to do optimally in any percent. But as you just saw, Screw Attack and Space Jump makes it completely trivial.
And we see Maniacal heading into Thieves Town. So it'll be one of the 5-6 crystals he'll get.
Itaka coming to the edge on Bob Moon again. And he ran out of ammo.
Ran out of ammo again. Ouch.
Twice in a row. That is heartbreaking.
And we get more Fs in chat, including an F times 2.
I don't get it, Hitaka. Why wouldn't you have saved at Meridia Aqueduct?
That is a good question. Up, and now we have Andrew going back for his mirror. And a fighter shield was the last thing in Hype Cave. As we see Asder here getting past the Metal Pirates and headed towards his fight with Ridley.
As Maniacal continues on through Thieves Town.
I have to say, one of the most interesting things about watching these runners is seeing how some of them will pick up chests they don't need. For example, Maniacal just picked up his compass, which I can most certainly assure you he doesn't need the compass to finish this dungeon, and it's purely muscle memory.
I have to question Asder going for Ridley at this point. He's got power bombs to do X-Factor attacks, which will help reduce the amount of ammo he needs, but he also only has Charge Ice Wave. That's not going to be a lot of damage.
I agree. It's going to take him quite a few shots there with just Charge Ice Wave to take down Ridley, and he doesn't have a very large ammo count, which is common in a run like this.
I do not know what the damage on charged Ice Wave shots is offhand. Chat. Okay, Tracy, I'm saying it's 100 shots. And missiles do... Okay, so if that's 100 shots, Ridley has 18,000 health, so that says it's 180 damage a shot. Missiles normally do 100 damage, and super missiles normally do 300. Ridley is weak to super missiles, so he'll take double damage from those. Meantime, the X-Factor attack you saw him do, those projectiles do a super missile worth of damage, so 300. Asder used 2 of those, so that took 2,400 off for Ridley.
You see Maniacal now taking on Blind and finishing him off for his first crystal, and getting an E-Tank for his troubles.
And do explain quickly, X-Factors are a special beam attack. You do those by equipping Charge Beam, one other beam, highlighting your power bombs, and charging your beam. It'll consume a power bomb and do the special attack.
And X-Factor, I believe, comes from Wave Beam, does it not?
Correct. X-Factor is the most useful by far.
We see Maniacal headed towards the digging game, so we're going to see what's buried underground there today. Looks like Andrew having a little trouble deciding what he wants to do here.
So Maniacal digs 16 times for a heart container as Asder takes out Ridley. It took him a bit because of the equipment, but still a very good fight.
Certainly an amazing fight there from Asder against Ridley.
Alrighty, what else do we have going on here?
We have Andrew in East Dark Death Mountain here, headed towards Super Bunny.
Maniacal is in Dark World. Looks like he's heading for his hype kit. And Hitaka's at Frog Speedway.
So Maniacal's going to get his swag net and, more importantly, his mirror here. As Andrew's going to get his charge beam, I believe. Ice beam, excuse me. And I'm looking at Asder's items here, and he's getting dangerously close to go mode for Link to the Past as well. Needs his Quake Medallion, his Fire Rod.
Yeah, Asder is in chat saying he's not happy about something.
He is definitely not happy about something.
Okay, he's going back down? He must have missed something at either Ridley E-Tank or Power Bombs of Shame.
And Maniacal now headed back into Super Metroid, in through the back door to Meridia. So he's probably headed straight to Dragon here.
Electric Saberman, number plate is one of the trackers. They got the log, they filled everything in for us. Caius and I have chosen to do this, going to this blind.
We see Asder diving straight into Amphitheater.
Oh, he must have missed something
He
at
is
Mickey
rushing.
Mouse. Oh!
Oh my!
Oh, that is unfortunate.
So close. We all see what he was mad about now.
There's so much F there, it's practically G.
And
there's
there
Quake
was
and
Quake.
Precious Missile. Precious Missiles, I think that's called.
I think so, yes. But now we're going to see the Dragon fight, and Maniacal does not have Grapple Beam, so we're not going to get to see Grapple Beam strats. And he doesn't have enough to microwave his shrimp.
Yeah, neither X-Ray nor Plasma have shown up.
But he does have Speed Booster, and me and Mind of Me came up with the name yesterday that we're going to officially call Speed Booster strats Flash Frying him.
I like that. Alright, so whatever Asder missed was at Mickey Mouse. Yeah, that's kind of important.
That's slightly important, yeah. I think he might need that going forward.
Now, aside from using it as a fire source, Skull Woods is the only dungeon that requires the fire rod, correct?
No, Turtle Rock also requires the Fire Rod to deal with Trinex.
Oh, right, yeah. I'm out of practice.
That's okay. And Andrew picking up his charge beam.
Itaka doing the Crocomire escape. Crocomire escape has another shield upgrade. That's 2 accounted for, I believe.
I believe you're right. We see Asder heading out of Norfair now.
Going to the grapple chain room to looks like he's gonna backdoor to Crocomire. After taking a much needed energy refill.
Yep, and we see Andrew heading into Lower Norfair through the portal in Misery Mire.
Might be. Have you seen Asder play this game? He can do 3 E-tanks just fine. Crocomire being a real troll to Asder at this point, just closing his mouth just in time to intercept those shots like 5 or 6 times in a row.
Yeah, between Kraid and Crockemeyer, people are just getting trolled here by the bosses. We see Hitaka heading into Thieves Town as Maniacal just finished up his fight with Dragon, giving him his third boss kill in Super Metroid.
Alrighty, how are we looking on boss kills overall?
We have Asder with 3 Super Metroids and 1 Crystal done, and we have Maniacal in the same situation, 3 Super Metroids and a Crystal. We have Hitaka with 2 Super Metroids, and he's heading through Thieves Town, so he should be getting his first Crystal and third boss down. And Andrew is 2 bosses in on Super Metroid, no crystals.
Alrighty, Maniacal's heading back out of Super Metroid to the cross-game portal. Mind me in chat pointing out that Canis, that is, number play, and Mind me pointing out, Aster just eats Quake out of Precious Missiles now, and he's officially in go mode.
Yes, he is actually. You are right. Thank you, Mind of Me.
Credits to number play too, because number play remembered Quake.
Oh, he did. I'm sorry, I can't see his name because I have my Twitch chat in dark mode, and his name is quite dark on my screen. So, Number Me, thank you as well.
Alrighty, Andrew heading down toward Ridley. Aster's taking the Crockemeyer escape. Taka's, as we noted, is in Thieves Town. And Maniacal is in Super Bunny?
Yep, Super Bunny. Pittsburgh, that can end in one of 2 ways, either with a lot of people on the floor or nobody drinking at all.
Alrighty, looks like Aster's next play is Ice Palace. Andrew takes out the Metal Pirates with Shine Sparks very effectively.
Now, Azure does have to be kind of careful here in Ice Palace. With no Bombos Medallion and no half magic, he's going to need at least half a bar of magic when he goes to fight Cold Stare to break the ice.
I think without half magic, you need the whole bar. Well, there's Plasma Beam. So Aster now definitively does not need ammo.
And chat correcting me along with you, and yes, it's a full bar magic without half. It's half for a Bombos.
Bombos doesn't use half a bar, does it?
Not quite, but it does use quite a bit of his bar.
Little electric jelly's trolling the crap out of Aster in this room.
It uses a quarter. Okay, when I play, I'm big on getting half magic, so...
Neaterific saying that Bombos uses 2 shots worth of a fire rod. So, hey. Meantime, Hitaka has finished off blind. Andrew is at Ridley, and Maniacal's at Paradox Cave. I don't think we've seen this yet.
No, I don't believe we have, so let's see what the Paradox is holding.
Bottom floor, just ammo.
Same with me, Mind of Me. If I was playing, yeah, you'd be dead from alcohol poisoning within half an hour.
See, that's why I just do casting instead of actually playing, because I'm not that great at. I mean, I love playing Super Metroid, but I'm not particularly good at it.
It's the same for me. I tried on my stream to do a Super Metroid Link to the Past rando crossover with just normal logic, and it took me a good 8 hours to finish.
Yeah, the Zelda games have never captivated me like they captivated a lot of other people. The only three I've played consist a lot are Link to the Past, Zelda 2, and Link's Awakening. And of the two, I've beaten Adventure of Link once, and I've beaten Link to the Past once, and that's it. Now, I muck around with Link's Awakening every now and then on my 2DS, but that's about it.
And I'm the exact opposite. I've played every Zelda game, including the ones on the CDI, and I can't get enough of them. Well, I should rephrase that. I can get enough of the ones on CDI, but for Zelda games in general. And we did see Asder pick up his carrot sword.
Bacon sword, thank you very much.
Okay. Bacon sword.
Now, I've seen the CDI Zelda games played. Why would you do that to yourself? Even one.
Because sometimes I like to make bad life choices.
Alright, Asder hits his full magic just in time to head down to Cold Snare. And we have 64-bit Link, one of our community members, raiding with 3 people. Thank you, Link.
Yes, thank you very much, Link.
Asher doesn't quite manage to keep the Cold Snare Puffs grouped up, but he still finishes them off very effectively for the map.
And his crystal. That gives him his 3rd crystal now, so that gives him 6 of 11. See Maniacal flying off. See where he's headed. Looks like he might be headed towards Meyer, possibly to Lower Norfair. As Azrael gets trolled by the green... I can't remember the name of those things.
I am not sure either.
Choo-choo jellies. Is that what they are? All I know is when I hit him with my sword, Link shakes around and gets electrocuted. Looks like Asder heading into Swamp Palace here.
Down chest is nothing, and muddy item is just an arrow capacity upgrade. Might I be saying those enemies are called buzz blobs? Thank you.
This
You're
is
nice
just
dragon. Yeah, this is just one of the weekly races. We don't have a tournament going on right now. Although I am curious as to when we might.
Whenever we do, I know I'll be there.
If we do have one, I might just sign up. Give me incentive to actually try playing this for one. Ooh, Andrew making very clutch Lower Norfair escape. He's on 17 energy right now.
Electric Saber, it takes 30, I want to say 30 supers for Ridley if you have no other ammo that you use.
Right. Ridley takes double damage from supers, so that's 600 a shot, and he has 18,000 health, so 18,000 divided by 30.
was curious what Andrew was doing there. I kept seeing him bomb and then jump up and then bomb and then jump up, and I'm like, is he trying to infinite bomb jump or some strat I've never seen before? But he's just farming. We see Maniacal taking on Landmos in Desert Palace here.
Looks like he ran out of arrows trying to kill them with the silvers. Terrific. Grapple beam was in the back of Escape, and then gravity suit was at the bottom of the ocean.
And still a pretty quick Landmos fight there for Maniacal as he picks up his Desert Palace crystal. And we see Asder here heading to the boss of Swamp Palace.
That would be Argus.
Argus, thank you.
Asder with Tempered Sword, meaning he's only got to hit the pups once after pulling them off. And Argus goes down.
That's the power of the silver arrow.
I believe Ganon and Vitreous' big eyeball are the only enemies that can take more than one hit from.
Yes, I believe you're right, because Vitreous' large eye takes 2 and Ganon takes 4.
Alrighty, where do you think Asder goes from here?
Realistically, I think he might head right back into Meridia to get his Quake medallion.
He's definitely in the right area to go to do that via the cross-game portal.
Yep, and also at the same time he can take out Dragon and finish the last of the 4 bosses he needs for Super Metroid before Mother.
Now, I hesitate to call a lead at pretty much any point, but I think Asder definitely has the advantage right now.
As we see Maniacal trying for the Shine Spark, but not quite getting it, a little too high, it looked like.
Maniacal now into the worst room in the game. Andrew gets a vanilla E-Tank from behind Batwoon. B boosters through.
And it looks like he's...
Doesn't quite get to the top fast enough to fall halfway through the Coliseum.
Yeah, but he is right on Asder's tail here for the fight with Dragon.
And Asder now has Quake and is in go mode at about 1 hour, 2 minutes, 50 seconds.
That is correct. He is in go mode.
Andrew right on his heels.
Asder does have Grapple Beam, so we might see Grapple Beam strats here.
Yeah, Andrew and Asder are both in go mode, but Asder's has 2 extra Link to the Past dungeons over Andrew.
I'll agree. I believe, yes, I do believe Andrew picked up his Quake, and if he didn't, then he'll just simply grab it on the way out here.
Now there you can, on Asder's screen, you can see plasma beam shots going through Dragon. He's not flagged to stop them because he normally gates the plasma beam. The room it's in doesn't unlock until he's dead. Now, if you have X-ray scope, then you can freeze time by activating it while there's a plasma beam shot inside Dragon. That can be used to run out his invincibility frames. You can let the X-ray scope go so it hits him again, use it again to run the frames out again, and so on and so on and so on. That is the microwave strat that you mentioned a while ago.
Yes, that is how you do the microwave strat. The other way that you can get him very quickly is you can let him grab you, and then you can grapple beam one of the damaged turrets and just electrocute.
And real quick, for anybody who might be a little less technically inclined about the microwave strat, it's the Yellow Devil pause trick from Mega Man 1. Alrighty, Aster, where are you going today?
Going to Meyer. We see Maniacal now taking on Crocomire as we see Hitaka here finishing up his run into Swamp Palace.
We see Aster in chat again. He seems to be displeased about something. And for those of you who might be just coming in, this is a spoiler race, so it is perfectly legal for the runners to be in the Twitch chat.
And Hitaka taking on Argus with only a Master Sword, so his puffs take 2 hits rather than 1.
Master Sword is what you would have in the vanilla game, correct?
Correct. At this point, you cannot get the Tempered Sword without doing some sequence breaking.
Alright. Monocle is behind Crocomire. Hitaka just finished off Argus, and Andrew is in Ice.
And Maniacal about to get his Cane of Samaria here.
Aster in chat says he says the Dragon fight was when he was talking about the sun.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like by collecting that cane, Maniacal put himself into go mode as well.
Oh, you may be right. Let's compare items to on the trackers. Yeah, I think Maniacal is also in go. Ammo count aside.
Yeah, not counting that he doesn't have charge beam or ammo count.
And I believe Hitaka's close. He needs the fire rod, and he needs the fire rod, and he needs Quick.
Yep, and he's going to get Quake here momentarily as he heads towards his Dragon fight. Well, it looks like Andrew took a death here in Ice Palace.
Meantime, Aster is through the Misery Mire Dark Rooms and is now 1 room away from Vitria. But he's only got 2 hearts left and he's on blue mail. This is going to be a dangerous fight.
No, he does have silver arrows, so I don't see it being too dangerous here. He's going to quickly wipe this fight up.
One arrow left. That could have been bad.
Yeah, that could have been bad. And we are going to see grapple beam strats from Hitaka on Dragon.
Looks like Maniacal's about to do Swamp Palace as Andrew is continuing his way through Ice Palace.
And Solsky letting us know that Peebs also damaged Ridley.
That's right. I believe Ridley takes 200 damage per hit from power bombs per hit, and they can hit him twice if you position them properly. $64-bit link, yeah. Aster definitely has the skill to do Vitreous with 2 hearts blue mail, but it would have been really, really clenchy. Right, and Astor is in Thieves Town now. Alrighty, I think I can safely say that Astor is going to do Skull Woods, then Turtle Rock, and then head right from Turtle Rock to Ganon's Town.
That's a pretty good idea there. That's the way he's going. It does seem like it would be the fastest route from where he's at now.
But Hitaka got his Quake, and he's on his way back out of Super Metroid. Ball prediction, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Hitaka is at the potion vendor. He's probably going to fill up his bottles. Picks up a Mountain Dew Voltage there, and picks up another Mountain Dew Voltage.
Mountain Dew Voltage, best flavor of Mountain Dew.
I'm partial to Code Red myself.
Won't say Code Red's bad. It's pretty good. So we see Astor here cleaning up Thieves Town.
Yeah. One thing I will say is bad is Diet Code Red.
That's a curse word in my house.
Yeah, I grew up mostly drinking Diet, so I'm used to like Diet Dew, Diet Pepsi, but Diet Code Red, no. Alrighty, back on topic. Andrew is just about to cold stare. Maniacal is progressing through swamp. Hitaka is in the mire area, and Astor just rescued the man.
We're going to see what's on ledge here is just a bomb upgrade.
Andrew keeping the cold stare pups grouped for a while, but doesn't do that much damage to them, it looked like, because he only had Master Sword. He has now switched to the hammer, which does tempered sword damage, but has a smaller hitbox.
We see Maniacal quickly taking on Argus here with his Master Sword.
Meantime, Andrew has finished Cold Stare and Astor has finished Blind. And Hitaka is in the desert.
So where is Andrew headed next?
There's a lot he can do. Looks like he's going to do Mire.
Now, the tracker says he doesn't have his Quake medallion, so I'm wondering if that was missed by him or missed by the tracker. I'm thinking it's the tracker, but I'm not. Okay, yes, he does have his Quake. Okay. I thought we might have been about to see some angry sword slashes there from Andrew if he had forgotten to pick up Quake.
As they're bull charging to the back of Skull Woods to head for Mothula, a very well-programmed boss, as you may well know.
Yes, very well programmed and balanced.
And as you're into the Mothula fight, and every time I see this, I just have to ask myself, why? Okay, Aster just made that look like a joke and gets a fairy in a bottle for his trouble. But seriously, moving spikes, conveyor belt floor, who thought that was a good idea?
With a boss that flies around.
And doesn't take damage if the hit knocks him into a spike.
Like I said, perfectly fair and balanced. Electric Saberman, I have played some bullet hell games. I played Enter the Gungeon, and you are right. You are 110% right.
Like the guys are getting a late check of Mini Moldor, man. Does he think he forgot something?
That is an odd check to do this late in the run. Exactly, getting that all-important spring ball.
Ring ball.
If I can quick ask anyone a question in chat, did that just sound like Vince McMahon? Mind of me agrees with me. Good.
And now I have to try not to laugh for the next however long.
We see Andrew doing his Misery Mire run here. And we see Astor opening up Turtle Rock.
Looks like Hitaka's in Misery Mire as well, and Maniacal is of course going through Ice Path. That is correct, Frame the Animals. This is indeed a spoiler race.
And Canadian Owl, I thought the owner of McDonald's was Ronald.
No, he's the mascot. There's a difference.
It is one thing that I question. Why would you make a scary clown the mascot of your restaurant?
You're the one who said you sometimes like to make poor life decisions.
This is true. Guilty as charged.
To be fair, I like to make some too every now and then.
Keeps the day interesting.
Yeah, like last night I ate an entire pizza.
I thought you said you like to make poor life decisions.
Well, when you're trying to lose weight, I mean.
Good point. Yes, better than creepy old man KFC. This is very true. So we see Astor now pushing his way through Turtle Rock very quickly.
Yeah, a good friend of mine who runs the Link to the Past randomizer says that go-moding Turtle Rock is about the best thing you can do in this.
I would agree with that. Not go-moding Turtle Rock is a sad, sad day.
Ah, yes, might have me, the Burger King. I remember him. I worked there part-time for about a year. Ugh. Never again.
I can honestly say I've never worked in a fast food restaurant.
I worked for Burger King, and I also worked for East of Chicago Pizza Company for a little bit.
Nice, as they're getting that spin off just before getting hit by the bunnies.
And as Number Play points out, Hitaka having ammo issues again.
I see that, yes, with no arrows. And a few rage bowstring pulls there.
That's not the first time I've seen somebody low on or run out of arrows in this seed. Is it? Are they just hard to come by, or just bad drops?
I'm guessing it must just be a bad drop, because usually they're... Yeah, that's true. You're not opening chests with arrows in them.
Right, and yeah, Andrew is looks like he's saving his arrows for Vitreous. But he's on 2 hearts green mail. If he takes a hit, he's gone. But he got the guys down, so yeah, there we go. Number Play, arrow farm in Eastern. What does that mean exactly? Okay, what is the default quiver size? Like
30.
I haven't played it at 30. Thank you. Yeah, you're probably also not taking time to pick up arrow capacity upgrades in a spoiler race.
We see both Maniacal and Hitaka making their play into Pod, while Asder crosses Laser Bridge, skipping all 4 of the chests.
Asder is on blue mail and 2.5 hearts, so he's got. How careful does he need to be for Trinex here?
Trinex, if he can get past the Firehead quickly, he shouldn't have too much trouble with Trinex. And he is going to do backdoor strats here on Trinex. So it's only going to take him... Oh, he misses the second ice shot there.
Okay, he's gonna have to be real careful here so that he doesn't run out of magic before killing the. Okay, he got it.
Beautiful, and takes him down without too much trouble.
Alrighty, now that Asher has his 7th crystal, we're going to play a slightly different version of the Gaines Tower Big Key guessing game. Because the runners know exactly where it's going to be and therefore don't need to open anything before it, why don't you guys in chat try to tell us what room it's in specifically?
I'm going to put it in my guess and say Rando Room. Because I always love when it's in Rando Room.
I'm going to say it's in the Firebar room. The Fire Snake room.
Miss Metroid guessing 7. You see quite a few tile rooms in chat as well.
Clearly our audience is a big fan of Schadenfreude. Okay, so it's on the right side most likely.
But not tile room.
So I'm wrong. If it's on right side, it can't be Fire Snake.
Probably not Rando room then.
Which room is this?
I don't know what the name of this room is, but there's the big key.
And
Compass room.
Compass room, thank you. Aster grabs a small key for the ascent, and he's heading up Ganon's tower.
And Maniacal's heading into Misery Mire, where we see Andrew going through Thieves Town.
At this point, I can say for sure this is Aster's race to lose.
Very much so. I mean, the next closest boss count would be Andrew, and he's at 7. And Hitaka at 126.15 picking up his fire rod to put him into go mode.
Alrighty, we've got go mode all across the board then. Meantime, Aster into the 4th floor gauntlet of just escalating crap. You start off with enemies and conveyors, then you add a laser. Then you add spikes and another laser, because why wouldn't you? And then you add ice.
Because once again, why wouldn't you?
And you finish off with just a laser, a pea shooter, and enemies, which is a bit of a letdown if I'm being honest.
Oh no, Aster taking a death in Ganon's tower. Oh, he's got a fairy in a bottle though.
Right, lucky Aster. Gonna say, yeah, that laser 360 no-scoped him.
So I guess maybe an E in chat for an almost death? Oh, there we go, an F minor. Perfect.
I like it. And thanks to Kid Samaria strats, the Wizrobes there go splat.
No, I don't believe Hitaka got charge.
And some more Samaria strats on some more Wizrobes. I'm blanking out where Charge Beam was. Right.
Yeah, charge beam was in pod.
Right, that's what Aster went in there for.
As we see Asdar quickly pushing his way through Ganon's tower up to Trolldorm 2 here.
2 spins will take him out. And I guess a spin and a slash will take him out too. Skips the validation chest, because at this point, why bother?
Exactly.
Hitaka is done with Ridley, as Andrew is heading up to the back of Skull Woods, and looks like Maniacal just finished Misery Mine.
And Asdar starting his Aga 2 fight now.
There very favorable positioning for that first one. Gets a double out of it. Very favorable
And
second
another
one,
beautiful
too.
one too, yeah. Despite getting blue balls from the original Aga, he does get a double there as well.
Ooh, and followed by a whiff.
Gets a third double, and that wipes him out.
2-2-0-2. Very nice.
We see Andrew taking on... Oh, and taking a death on the best boss fight in the game.
Right, Aster into the Ganon fight. He's gonna need 12 slashes apiece for phase 1 and phase 2. Just tanking through it.
Oh no, and Andrew is out of magic. And takes a death there in Skull Woods.
Ganon being a real troll with the teleport patterns today.
Yeah, not wanting to stay still long enough to lose this fight.
Aster gets the torch glitch by relighting the left torch before the right one can go out, considering the right one will never go out. And get your single G's in chat, folks, because Aster is done with Link to the Past. We got bacon!
Beautiful Ganon fight there by Aster.
Yeah.
We see Andrew now taking on Mothula for the second time.
Yeah, Ganon didn't want to cooperate for the double or the triple shot. Oh no!
Oh
Andrew takes another death.
no! We see Maniacal here getting ready to take on Ridley.
Maniacal taking out Ridley with charged Ice Wave Plasma, which is 900 damage a shot. That's the most damage any beam can do. So he's only going to need 20 shots out.
Oh, and another death by Andrew.
Yeah, those last couple of routes for Mothula can be pretty brutal, it looks like.
Absolutely, especially if you don't have a full magic meter to simply use your fire rod to speed your way through that.
Meantime, Hitaka's heading into Dark World, and Maniacal just finished off with Ridley. Andrew just barely dodges that Wall Master. And he's through there. Aster's got to be careful of his ammo count. He doesn't have a lot. There's a certain amount you have to have for Mother Brain Phase 1. It looks like he's got max of 40 missiles and 10 supers. Okay, he's okay. Alrighty. Be interesting to see if Aster goes for the baby Metroid skip here. If I recall correctly, without high jump, it's hard enough that... Yeah, he's not going for it. Without high jump, it doesn't save enough time to justify doing it.
Oh, Andrew having a lot of trouble here with Mothula.
Meantime, Aster remembering to face right as the baby Metroid drops him, which shortens Samus's stand-up by about 45 frames. Looks like Maniacal backdooring out of Amphitheater probably to go get his... You know, he has Fire Rod, so why was he backdooring out of Amphitheater? Just want to get back to the cross-game portal?
Yeah, he does have all the bosses down in Super Metroid, so going straight to the cross-game portal isn't a bad option here.
Yeah, it looks like he's missing Skull Woods and Turtle Rock for Link to the Past. Screw Attack was in Dark Cross, right?
I believe so, yes.
Right, because I see Maniacal and Andrew both don't have it, so...
Beautiful Zepatite skip there.
Now, Mother Brain Phase 1 has 3,000 health, and you have to break the glass completely with 18 projectiles before the fight will progress to Phase 2. But Aster handles that beautifully. Andrew is back to Mothula, but he can't take any damage here. He's got 2 hearts green mill. Any hit will kill him. But he did
get it.
Oh, talk about clench time.
No kidding.
Now, Aster at Restaurant Mother Brain, we'll see her serve up something. Yep, there's a chicken nugget. There's a French fry beam. There's a packet of ketchup. And she also serves onion rings, but it looks like we're not going to see any of those.
But we are going to see some rainbow sherbet there.
Yeah, just cram it down Samus's gullet like that. That's what a good waiter does.
Exactly. So that's just it. Samus isn't weak there. It's just a brain freeze.
Genius! I never thought of it like that. Maniacal on his way to the back of Skull Woods and heading for Mothula. Taka's in Ice Palace. Andrew is going for Swamp. And Never Playing Chat, I agree. This will probably be pretty close between Maniacal, Andrew, and Hitaka. But yeah, Aster's got this.
Maniacal looks like raging on Mothula in chat. As Asdar steals the sherbet from Mother Brain and serves it back to her.
That beam does rapid fire 1,000 damage a shot. Mother Brain's third form has 36,000 health, so 36 of those, and we can say good night.
And it looks like, as a good night present, Mother Brain tried to leave him with one more chicken nugget.
A trick we've seen some runners go for, but I don't think anyone's gotten this race, is called Moonfall. Oh, that involves having the moonwalk ability turned on so that you can walk backwards while firing or charging your beam. And if you use that and fall off a ledge in a specific way, you fall with uncapped vertical speed.
I believe we did see Maniacal do that at one point to drop down Old Mother Brain Shaft.
Old Torian Escape Dive. Yeah, that's one of the most common places to see that done.
We see Maniacal now headed into Turtle Rock.
After Shine sparking up the Old Torian Escape Shaft and into the parlor.
And is Astor going to save the frames or the animals today?
It's Astor. He's going to save the frames.
Of course.
Alrighty, folks, get your GGs in chat because Astor has finished in first place with a time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, 47 seconds.
Beautiful run there by Astor.
Astor has volunteered to come in for an interview, so we'll let you know when he joins us.
Same time we see Hitaga finishing up Cold Stare and Andrew finishing up Argus.
Alrighty, we are joined by Astor. GG, bro.
Yeah, what's up?
GG Astor, wonderful job.
Thank you.
Alrighty. First off, was this a scene that you preferred running spoiler, or would you have liked to run this blind?
I didn't think about it too much, but this probably would have been better blind, I want to say. Like, I say that hesitantly, I'm not really sure. I haven't thought about it, but there was stuff kind of like sort of everywhere.
Yeah, we saw a lot of route divergence between the four of you. That's the kind of race I like to see.
This was really difficult for me to route.
Alright, so my first standard question I ask every race. In terms of your routing decisions, what did you feel best about?
Let's see, I felt best about routing, taking the hit, getting the early lamp and screw attack, which paid off a lot later, and routing through, like doing the meme route through Brinstar, through Blue Brinstar to get to the Green Hill Zone supers, and also doing like Lower Norfair backwards to get the Fire Rod. I thought that was a good decision.
Okay, I have to ask, what happened with the Fire Rod there?
Okay, so for real, I wrote down that it was in Mickey Mouse, and when I was thinking of the room Mickey Mouse, I like kind of mixed it up with Three Musketeers because like those alcoves look pretty similar. And so after I killed Ridley, I was like, okay, where was Fire Rod again? I feel like it's in Three Musketeers, but I also think I would have remembered if I wrote down Three Musketeers. So I checked, and it was Mickey Mouse, and I was like, damn it, I forgot it.
Yeah, you were so close on that first reverse lava dive. You literally got through the door with 0 energy.
I can't believe that. That was
heartbreaking.
It shouldn't have been that close to begin with, because I was trying to farm the Keaners for energy, but I got hit by them twice. The farm did not go very well, so I should have had more health than that.
Alrighty, so my other standard question: if you were to give the scene a letter grade for how much fun you had, what would you give it?
I'd say a B. It wasn't really unfun, but it was pretty stressful and difficult to keep some of the dependencies in mind. So like Plasma being in Ice Palace kind of sucked for where Fire Rod was. And I was looking at where Bombos was to see if I could get Plasma earlier. And it was in Hera Basement, which I didn't need to do, like Pendant Hera Basement. I wasn't gonna get that. Okay, so dipping pod for charge. If you know where charge beam is, I think it's honestly really fast to beeline to it. It can depend, but almost always I think it's worth it. My really fight was kind of slow, so I was concerned about that, but I think I did the best I could with what I had. Like, I got 2x in, so, but, ammo, I'm not good with ammo routing. Like, I have issues with it to the point where you saw me skip supers that were, like, right there, and I had 5 supers for most of the seed, and I'm really bad at routing in E-tanks and hearts.
In the meantime, Asif has finished in second place with a time of 1 hour 44:34. And where was that last sword?
I was in GT Big Chest, I think.
Oh.
So I saw in chat, I think Andrew and I hit go mode at around the same time.
Yeah, the two of you were very close. You had a significant boss advantage over him, though.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured.
Yeah, I believe when you two hit go mode, you had 3 LTTP dungeons done, and I think Andrew only had 1.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Looks like Maniacal is done with his Link to the Past bosses, so he's on his way to Ganon's Tower. Andrew and Hitaka both just have Turtle Rock left, it looks like. Oh no, Hitaka might also have Swamp Palace left too. So anything else you'd like to comment on, Asder?
Just kind of wondering, did everyone grab Lamp and Screw Attack?
Lamp, yes. Screw Attack, no. Neither Andrew nor Maniacal picked up Screw Attack.
Okay. It was a little out of the way. Like, I felt kind of concerned that I was taking too much time, but I think, especially since I tend to route these on, like, low equipment, I think it was worth it for me. I also went out of the way for Space Jump. I'm not sure if anyone else did that.
Yes, everyone went out of their way for Space Jump.
So if you can answer a question, Asder, where was High Jump that you guys didn't get it?
High Jump was in Stallfos room in GT.
Which room is that?
It's the Dark Magician room. It's the top left room. Like the one with the 4 chests and the Stallfos. It's
Oh, okay.
Just past the hookshot area.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I know where you mean. I'm not really up on my Link to the Past room names.
it really wasn't that far. I could have gotten it, but
By the time you had access to it, it would have been kind of pointless because all you have left was Torian.
yeah, it might have been useful in the escape. It also might have been good for Baby Skip, but I wasn't really guaranteed to get Baby Skip anyways.
Right. How about the other mail upgrade? Where was that?
The second mail upgrade was on Trinex.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Yeah, Maniacal has his red mail, as did Asder.
Wow, I just completely blanked out on that.
Right, Asder, if you have time for one more question.
Sure.
a lot of my friends have asked me this, and I figured I'd ask the people who know it better than I do. What would you say is the most important thing for people who want to get into doing these kind of runs? The most important thing for the beginner runner?
That's hard for me to answer because I was never a beginner runner for this. I'll have to think for a minute.
I'll rephrase it. What would be the most important skill for a runner to have doing these runs?
I like the person telling me to say hover.
Yeah, I like that answer too.
Yeah, well, like Aussie said, knowing locations is definitely a big thing. I guess, like, for combo in particular, I noticed that, like, I see a lot of people who are proficient in one game try it out, and they struggle differently depending on which game is their weak one. So I find that the really good SM players who pick up combo, they struggle with locations and Link to the Past, and they kind of struggle with not dying and like room strats. But mostly I think it's locations. So for Link to the Past, learning locations and learning how routing works and what opens up what is really useful. For Super Metroid, I think that's, like, if you know the map, it's less, or it's a bit more obvious, kind of what opens up what. For Super Metroid, I think being comfortable with actual tech skill is more important, because I think that's what people struggle with the most when they're a good Link to the Past runners, but they don't really play Super Metroid.
Interesting. Okay, well, thank you for the time on that.
All right, that's all I've got, Astor. If you'd like to head off.
All right, have a good one.
You too, and one more
You
GG
too.
for you, sir.
And meantime, I've just been feeling so bad for Andrew because he got to Laser Bridge without a small key and had to go back to find one.
Feel like Andrew's just been having a rough time on the race today.
No kidding. And this time he didn't open the door. He didn't open the door in the dark maze room and had to mirror out.
Oh no.
Just nothing seems to be going right for him. This is just. It looks like he's gonna suicide for the health refill.
But Maniacal getting a triple on his first Aga 2, and then a double.
I think that was just a single because they hit at the same time. Yeah, it was just a single.
Yep, it looks like it was a single. In our hearts, it was a triple.
Indeed. Ozzy in chat saying that he went to the wrong sand pit because he thought he saw Meridia reserved for the Moon Pearl and thought it was the right sand pit for some reason.
And Ganon apparently not wanting people to stand so close to him.
Maniacal drinks a drinks up some Code Red. Using the wall to limit pushback here and doing spins on Ganon.
And we see Andrew here headed into his Trinex fight.
As Hitaka's on floor 5 of Ganon's tower.
Yes, floor 5. Andrew doing a beautiful job with that Trinex fight. For doing it with, especially with only Master Sword.
Alrighty, that is Andrew's last crystal and last boss other than Ganon and Mother Brain.
And Maniacal finishing off Ganon, so we can get a single G in chat for him as he hops over to Super Metroid to take on Mother Brain.
Meantime, Hitaka is at Moldorm 2. Moldorm 2 goes away like a good boy. Hitaka baits us with the hover, gets 20 rupees out of the validation chest. Looks like Hitaka started off Ganon with Aga 2 with a double, followed by a single. Another single.
And interesting, Andrew's going left side Ganon's tower.
You must want those high jump boots. And there's the validation arrow. There's a small key. There's... Oh dear. I think I remember Andrew saying he wasn't sure about Link to the Past room names, so I'm not sure if he knows where the big key is.
That could explain some of the trouble he's been having, yes.
Alrighty, Maniacal getting ready for the baby. Does not bother trying the skip. As Hitaka is on the phase 3 of Ganon while we've been looking at other people. And yeah, number play. Yeah, from what I've heard, the Super Metroid room names are from way back when Desirac was the one maintaining the randomizer, like multiple years ago. Hitaka gets a nice double on Ganon. Gotta be careful, he's on 4 hearts right now.
But
And I
there's
stand
the last
corrected,
arrow.
Ganon is down.
So we get another single G in chat there for Hitaka as Maniacal heads in to fight Mother Brain. As they're suggesting we blame Total.
As they're saying that when Total updated the item names for major locations, when he split them into major and minor items, he only updated the major item location names. Which, yeah.
We see Andrew, unfortunately, run out of life there in Ganon's tower, climbing up through the spike.
He's trooping it out though.
I gotta give him credit where credit is due. He's really trying, and he's still doing far better than I ever could.
Does Andrew run the Link to the Past Randomizer? Is that why you say that? Low percent OH KO. Holy crap.
Oh my, one hit KO? That's... yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Especially as we come up to the rooms Andrew is on. I couldn't imagine doing these in one hit KO.
Esther has shared a clip for us. I'll take a look at that at some point. But right now, we've got to focus on Maniacal murdering the crap out of Mother.
Exactly. As he quickly lays waste to her. Though Andrew with that great use of the fire rod to get past the ice room very quickly.
I'm surprised Andrew didn't take a pit stop in that room. I think he stopped for the magic powder, so he could have turned that beam into a fairy. I know someone stopped for magic powder. I think Andrew did.
And Maniacal downing Mother Brain here. And yes, he does, and Andrew does have magic powder.
So Maria strats on the whiz ropes on floor 5. Standard procedure. She takes care of them very handily. Looks like he just used a potion, I think.
No, he just got a fairy drop from one of the whiz robes.
Oh, talk about clutch timing.
Yeah, he was at 1 heart, took half a heart from the spike as he went to pick up the fairy.
Using the lamp in this room because he's low on magic. Get the full magic pot out of there. Now, Hitaka has the energy to do what's called stand-up glitch. If he goes for it, we'll explain it.
And we see Maniacal here on his way out of Criteria. And there's the GG for Maniacal at 2 hours, 4 minutes, 44 seconds. He has finished the Combo-mizer.
And that is good enough for third place. Ooh, Andrew takes a fall to Moldorm 2. Alrighty, Hitaka has unequipped his Varia suit, so the Rainbow Beam does 600 damage instead of 300.
And
And
got the
now-
glitch.
For some reason I can't fathom, Mother Brain is not going to. Mother Brain is going to try to initiate the cutscene, but since Hitaka's in the air when the cutscene forces you to the ground, it can't lock you down. So Hitaka now has full control. So there's one more point where the game will try to block him on the floor. As long as he's in the air during that, then he will be able to retain control while the Metroid is filling him and do damage to Mother Brain Phase 3 with the charged Ice Wave Plasma.
However, there is one issue with doing this, and that is you can soft lock your game if you deal enough damage to kill Mother Brain before she kills Baby Metroid. You will soft lock your game.
Are you sure that's how it works? Because I have memories of killing Mother Brain with the stand-up glitch, and then she just, after the Baby Metroid died, she just exploded.
Oh, is it? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that was how it worked. I had read on that I thought that was how it worked.
Yeah, my understanding is you can bring her to 0 health, the game just won't progress and let her die until the Baby Metroid is dead.
Okay. As you're saying that, he's heard a lot of different people say that.
And Hitaka getting Mother Brain down far enough that only 5 Hyper Beam shots were required. Very well done. And Maniacal has agreed to come in for an interview, but he's got something to do first, so...
People in chat saying you can still soft lock it, but it has nothing to do with the number of shots. Okay.
If I recall correctly, the worst thing you can do is have a beam shot on the screen when the game transitions to the Hyper Beam, and that will actually hard lock the game. After also pointing out that the Metroid freezes in place when it's done refilling you, so if Mother Brain can't hit it to progress the cutscene, that is also a soft lock. Oh dear, Andrew is on Master Sword Ganon and has to do spins to damage him. Okay, he's on to phase 3, but he's only got a half a heart left. Alrighty, we are joined by Maniacal. GG, bro.
Hey, thank you. GG's to Ashdar and Aussie, and it looks like Hitaka may have just finished up as well.
Hitaka is done in 4th place at 2 hours, 8:33.
Nice. Yeah, I goofed this one.
Andrew died. Got a bad drop of flame on top of him while Ganon was stomping. Alrighty, so Maniacal, my first standard question. What did you feel best about in terms of your routing decision?
Oh my. Very little, honestly. I've been trying new things with each of these spoiler races because I haven't been happy with how I've been performing in them. And so I had some new idea today about building a spreadsheet and filling in the locations and trying to map it out that way, like having all the critical items and then trying to order them and basically building a playthrough out of it. And I barely got the items entered into the spreadsheet by the time that the race was starting, so I had done no compartmentalizing of how I was supposed to route the seed. And so the whole seed was just me frantically scrolling through the spreadsheet and spoiler trying to figure out where I could or couldn't go. And thankfully the seed wasn't that bad, but the thing that really was getting me was supers. I was like, well, I don't really want to go independent pod for charge, and plasma's really late, and I don't necessarily need to go for full beam. And eventually it became apparent as I was Control F super missiles in the early part of the game that, like, there just weren't going to be the number of supers that I needed available. And so I found myself in a situation of, like, an option of a fairly tight Ridley fight because I'd just opted to, for whatever bizarre reason, not go push to Dark Cross for screw attack. And so, like, I had kind of medium health and bad ammo into Lower Norfair. I put myself in a bunch of pretty bad situations in this one. Definitely not happy with how I did it, but it's iterating on a process, and I learned things from this seed about how not to approach spoiler races.
Good to hear you're learning things, Monaco. Meantime, we have been joined by Hitaka, GG to you, and same question to you. In terms of your routing decisions, what did you feel best in?
Well, first, I just want to say that, yeah, I had ammo issues, too.
Yes, I believe we saw you soft lock on Batoon a couple times.
Yeah, first, I'd just like to say that Baoon's hitbox is terrible.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll
100%.
agree.
I was planning on doing Meridia in one go, and then that happened, so I just thought, screw it, I'll just grab Pearl Bail, and then I can just go do Dragon after Swamp or something, which I did.
Yeah, I didn't need the Quake immediately, so I was just sandpitting back out and then go do some stuff, end up going into the back door. But, like, I hadn't really routed it out that well because I was doing everything kind of on the fly.
But yeah, as for what I felt good about, everything up to Baoon's went pretty well. The early game light world routing was everything was arranged in a pretty smooth progression around the light world.
Supers were bad, and
Supers
I'm
were
pretty
bad,
sure
yeah.
I'm pretty sure there were supers in Smoldorm Cave, but
Yeah, there
when I
was
went
actually-
down there, I had 2 bombs and no other weapon, and so I couldn't remember if there were also some in Ice Rod Cave. So I went up, got power bombs, and then had to save and quit and basically go back down to Bluebryn, which I'd done early,
Oh, did you
and
not have
go
those
and do
yet?
tube. I went tube missiles for first supers. I didn't have hook shot at that point because I'd forgotten
I
to
didn't-
grab bonk rocks because, like I said, just complete idiotic early game routing.
I did CAC from the south to the north and got hook shot, and then I went partially for Spring Ball, but also because those were the only like supers I could really find that were easy and early. So I did Mini Moldor.
Yeah, I put myself in a dumb spot on supers and didn't have them to do forward Bryn loop, so I had to do reverse Bryn loop.
And then another problem was with getting ammo for Ridley, because the way it worked out with Fire Rod in LN and Plasma in Ice Palace and Bombos in like Hera big key chest with small key on pendant Moldorm, like I wasn't doing that. So I had to round up
yeah.
ammo for Ridley, and I did manage without having to go too far out of my way in like Link to the Past dungeons that I was doing already anyway. Like there was one in Pod, I made a small detour for while getting Charge Beam. There was I got the one in Big Chest and Swamp, since the big key was to the map chest. That one was pretty quick.
Yeah, I messed up which one was the map chest, and I went and grabbed the map instead, and that was bad. The map was the loop chest at the bottom. I thought that was the map
compass,
chest.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll go grab the big key, grab the chest on my way, and no. I don't know my A Link to the Past item locations in the same way that I don't know my Super Metroid ones. So these spoilers are just a giant mystery to me.
Yeah, and especially in Link to the Past, like the garbage dungeon item chests that you don't get in like any category except for that like
Yeah.
super 100% full completion. I don't remember the name of.
Yeah, but that one's grabbing everything anyway, and
Yeah.
so
So you still don't
it's
really
not
pay
like
attention.
you aren't gonna parse what it is. You just know that you're getting all the stuff. It's kind of the same with Super Metroid Hundo.
Yeah, like once you get your 20th missile, your eyes just kind of glaze over when you pick stuff up.
Exactly. Like once you've got 100 missiles, you kind of stop paying attention to whether it's a missile or not. And same thing with like excess power bombs and supers. You know what you have by the time you get to the points where you want to use them. But I don't often remember where exactly they came from.
All right, so if I can interject, guys, my other question: letter grade for how much fun you had.
Okay, Hitaka, go ahead.
Aside from me screwing up, which was all my fault, I'd give this one like a B. Supers were kind of mean with where like the beam locations were, but other than that, it was pretty okay seed.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm in the B minus range on it. I enjoyed it. I feel like I'm continuing to learn what not to do with the spoiler races. I still don't know what to do. And I'm still really sort of mentally taxed at the end of these, and so I think that's good. But this one I didn't feel went super smooth or anything. I definitely ended up grabbing a bunch of extra things. I mean, my final check's 120. I didn't see what everyone else ended up with, but I imagine that was on the higher end.
Wow, I had 134. What the heck?
Oh my god. Okay, well,
I don't know how I
Hitaka-
opened that many things.
Yeah, Astor had 95.
Okay, yeah, that sounds more what I would expect, and I keep ending up in like the 110 to 120 range, and so I think that's a bad sign.
How I do these spoiler races, I start by just reading the whole list of Light World to route that early game.
Yeah, that I think is right. That's what I didn't do this time.
Yeah, I do that and Light World dungeons, and then I read like Rinstar Criteria and maybe Norfair, and then putting down like supers and energy tanks and hearts that are like really easy to get. And then by the time I get to like Dark World, I'm starting to run low on time, and that's when I just kind of control F everything I'm still missing in like Dark World and Meridia, and just kind of wing it from there.
Yeah, that's what I'd done previously, and I thought, okay, I can improve on this process. So I built a spreadsheet, and it had all the items and like what dungeons were what, and all sorts of space for me to plug stuff in. And it wasn't automated at all, but I just ended up like plugging all the items in and then saying, oh god, I have this list of items, but I don't have it in any sort of list of locations. And so how exactly it was supposed to flow, I couldn't figure it out. I was just like, everything seems very scattered, and my organization was not good, and so I was even more scattered about it. And so I just ended up grabbing all of the things and hoping that it was enough.
Yeah, I just type in Notepad. I type items by location, kind of grouped into, how you would route them, like everything in CAC together, everything in like South Shore together, like everything in like West Dark World together, and then I can kind of like piece it down from there.
Yeah, that was the brilliant plan. I was like, okay, I have a tab with all the items, and I have a tab I copy that to, and then I'll sort them and like group them in terms of early progression and spatially. And I didn't get to that point. I ran out of time. And so instead I just never got to organize my thoughts pre-race and just spent a bunch of time being like, oh god, what do I do?
Yeah. I try to type them out and like route it as I'm looking them up, and so I try to type them in the order that I'm already going to like route it in, so I don't have to move stuff around later.
Yeah, I would like to have them in some order of how I'm going to get them and like understanding what my medallion requirements are, what go mode looks like, where my crystals are, things like that.
Yeah.
And so I put all of it down, but by the time I started to synthesize it, the countdown was going, and I was just like, all right, we're doing this. And I knew there were bombs in Varia early, so I went down to Blue Bryn first, and then ended up having to go down again to do the reverse Bryn loop. And yeah, that was kind of the chaos of the early game that y'all got to watch on this one on my screen. I was very, very perplexed.
Yeah, that's one thing
I
about
would like
spoilers is
to. I'd actually like to quick interrupt here. We actually saw Andrew do Ganon with silverless strats using only Master Sword.
He didn't have to do silverless, did he? I know he has the silver arrows, and you can stun Ganon with a spin, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Master Sword spin stuns him because it's the same as the tempered hit.
Yeah, he's probably just having some fun with it.
Well, meantime, Andrew is on his way to Mother Brain, and Maniacal Hitaka got one more question. Were you satisfied with playing this as a spoiler scene, or would you rather have done it blind?
This is one of those ones that I think could have been more fun to play without the spoiler, just the way the items fell and kind of the way it played out. But at the same time, it's really tough, having played it with a spoiler, to really unpack exactly how it would have fallen together. I mean, like, would I have ever gotten Charge Beam from Pendant Pod? Probably not. But so I would have been sad to not have Charge, but I would have ended up finding a bunch of extra ammo, and so it kind of would have broken even. I think it probably would have been better for me to do it without the spoiler, but I'm still bad at spoilers, so still working through it.
Yeah, I think I would have liked this one better without the spoiler too, because you just naturally wind up with a lot more ammo, and this would have been the rare early gravity with stuff actually in Meridiacy.
Also that, well, I guess in intended wrecked ship, or I guess CWJ is logical, never mind. I just
Grapple was free.
CWJ'd over and grabbed it. But Grapple was also back of escape, and you would have gone to back of escape post first glove pretty immediately.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't have too much more to say on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and hop out. But GG's to everyone, GG to Andrew as he finishes up as well.
All right, Hitaka, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
I was just gonna say one thing about what Nigel said about how he went down to Blue Bryn for Varia right away. That's one thing about spoilers is sometimes there's items that are like really, like they're major items and they're really tempting to just go grab immediately, but you might not need them for a while and you could route them in better later. Like I did the same thing on my first spoiler race. There was a glove in Blue Bryn at Morph, and I went and got it immediately, but it was not necessary to have for a while. So.
We do see Andrew just showing off the swag here, doing a beautiful baby skip as well.
All right, Maniacal Hitaka, thank you for your time. I've got nothing else left, so...
Yeah, GG to both of you, Hitaka and Maniacal. Wonderful race.
Yep, GG, and thanks for commentating.
Thanks for racing.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Alrighty, meantime, Andrew is through the Zebatites and is on to... Now, interesting little note about the Rinkas here. When you freeze them and then kill them, they don't respawn until the freeze timer runs out. I don't know why that is. Why is he only going Charge Beam? This, I believe, is 300 shots. 60 damage a shot, if I recall correctly.
I think he's doing it because he can.
Well, considering pretty much nothing is going right for him in this scene, I guess he's getting a little bit of revenge.
Exactly, he's like, if this seed's gonna hurt me, I'm gonna hurt it back. Technomagus saying it's to prove one of his regular viewers wrong.
Settle in, folks. This is gonna take a while.
Can we just get a automated shot counter here? We can just keep dinging a bell and having it go up.
That would be amazing if we could actually implement that.
But I still gotta give props to Andrew here. He's just doing it beautifully.
Ready? I will be right back again. Gotta go get a drink.
I'm hoping at some point here we see Mother Brain just start crying. Yeah, if everyone is tuning in, everyone who's still tuning in here, watching Andrew just beat up Mother Brain with just Charge Beam, don't forget that you can follow all these runners on their Twitch channels: Maniacal, Hitaka, Andrew, and Asder. And I want to say that is !R in chat to give you the runners. I believe next week, week after, on August 18th, we have the co-op randomizer run for Super Metroid Link to the Past randomizer co-op run. And we also have, at the end of the month, we have the Zelda Metroid randomizer relay going on, and that is the 30. Let me look at my calendar here. I believe that is the 31st of this month, if I remember correctly. It is, the chat is telling me yes, it is the 31st. We are having the marathon Zelda Metroid randomizer starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So that's going to be an all-day one. So definitely want to turn your phones off and sit back. And that, I believe, goes, let's see if I can remember the exact sequence here. I want to say it's Metroid 1 rando into Zelda 1 rando into Super Metroid rando into Link to the Past rando into Zelda and Metroid 1 combo rando, and finishing off with Super Metroid Zelda 3 combo rando. I'm hoping I got that all right. And mind of me saying yes, it looks like Andrew finally caved and decided to use something other than Charge Beam. And I like Frame's quote, "When life gives you lemons, you make life take the lemons back." And so through next Sunday we have the hard mode Super Metroid Link to the Past randomizer, Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the 9 p.m. Monday normal randomizer race for Super Metroid and Link to the Past, as well as we see Mother Brain finishing off the baby Metroid here. Going to give Andrew his Hyper Beam. And I hope Andrew feels really good about this. He did finally cave and decide to use something other than his Charge Beam.
I was wondering.
We see Andrew here, just about done
save
here.
The animals? Oh my gosh, he might be doing it!
Or he might just be trolling us.
He's just trolling us.
I can't figure out why the animals can't just walk out the door, but...
Alrighty, Andrew has finished in
2:33.
fifth place at 2:33.14.
GG for Andrew. He really soldiered through that race. I give him credit. Lots of it.
All the credit. That was brutal for him. Alrighty, he has agreed to come in for an interview.
And while we wait for him to arrive, let's throw a quick thank you to our trackers, which would be Number Play, and I believe Mind of Me was our other tracker tonight.
Correct. Alrighty, Andrew has joined us in the on-air chat. Andrew, I think your mic is still... Okay, there we go. GG, Andrew.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, GG very much. I'd like to start by asking how you felt about this seed in general.
It was pretty comfy, I guess. Not much to complain about. I will say it was a little awkward. Some of the items just having to dip in, like Hera and Pod, and just like dip in and leave. I would have been very annoyed playing this seed without spoilers, I think.
All right, so I've got a few questions I ask everyone. Start off, what did you feel best about for your routing?
Well, I feel good about my route that I planned out. The problem is, I misread my route when I started actually running. So that didn't turn out too well. But other than that, I would have been happy with the route that I had written out. That would have been nice. But otherwise, it was pretty good.
And my other standard question is, letter grade for how much fun you had.
That was a solid B-, you know? Not bad.
Alrighty, Caius, you have any questions?
No questions, but I did want to say it was wonderful to see you doing Charge Beam on Mother Brain with nothing else. And yeah, other than that, I just wanted to say GG, and I know you were having a lot of struggles in that seed, and just wanted to say very good job for even just for soldiering through with some of the bosses you seem to be having a little difficulty with.
Oh,
yeah, you
no
pushed
problem.
through it like a champ.
Yeah, this is nothing. Not a big deal.
Yeah, Aster mentioned in chat you'd like to do 100% OHKO.
100%. I don't know about that.
Low
No, he was
percent,
saying
boys.
low percent. Yeah, low
Oh
percent.
yeah, that's like the only Link to the Past speedrun experience I have, like at all, really. So
Gotcha.
I saw that sword and ice. I literally have no idea how to do Ice Palace any way but the speedrun way. So if there's anything ever in Ice Palace, I'm just not going to do it. So unfortunately, that meant I didn't get it tempered, but that's not a big deal because I wasn't really worried about it.
Yeah, the Master Sword Silverless Ganon was impressive.
Oh, thanks, I guess.
Yeah, that's always a clench-worthy fight.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun when you can't get hit. 2 hits is very generous.
Right.
That's all from me. I think I started watching the stream like an hour in, and I saw Azure was like, we got go mode at the same time, and then I was like, oh dang it, man, and he's ahead of me already. I wish I hadn't made those stupid routing mistakes, but I think once I realized I wasn't gonna win, I stopped caring as much. I probably should have like tried a little harder, but it's all right. We'll get it next time.
Right. Well, all 4 of you guys put on a great show, and I had a good time watching.
Great, glad to hear it.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. It was a wonderful to watch all of you do it. It was great to see the Silverless Ganon, which is always just a fun fight to see in general.
Excellent, yeah. I think that's it for me. I gotta go to bed. I got
Alright.
early morning, but thanks all for hanging around, watching me fumble around the rest of this.
And thank you, Andrew. It was GG, and thank you very much for racing today.
See ya.
Alrighty, and with that, all 5 racers have finished. I think we're about ready to head off for the night. Caius, do you have anything you'd like to say before we close out?
Yeah, just one last plug for all the racers. I'd like to, for Maniacal and Andrew, Asder, and Hitaka, go ahead and follow their channels. You can follow Big Box channel. You can follow my channel along with Mind of Me and Number Play as well, our trackers for the night. And that's all I have.
Alrighty, I think we're about done. He's been Caius Gaming, I've been Big Boxed, and we'll see you next mission.
Bye-bye.